the minute it rains in this country, all electric is threatened. I don't know what happened there. So sorry about that. Back to Elise, if she's still watching, and Blue as well. Blue, I hope you're going to get this, sunshine. Yeah, the next 2 weeks is positive for you. So hang in there. It's looking very good, and it's a start of a new beginning for you. So I look forward to that for you. Elise, I think if you're still watching, babe, I think you're pushing yourself a little bit too hard. You know, I've kind of got you stressing yourself to relax. You know what I mean? You're kind of going, I must relax, and I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself to get to the point that you want to get to. So sometimes it's a case of just being and not actually doing anything. But you're on the right path, which I need to tell you. And sometimes it is a patience and time thing, because your intention is good. The effort you're putting in is there, but I do feel you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You know, I kind of, if you're going to do yoga, I kind of got you sitting there, but stressing and shouting at yourself. And I think what you need to do is quieten your voice in your head, because that's ultimately what's putting this pressure on you. Sometimes you just have to be, and let the world turn and let the body repair. But you'll get there, my baby, you'll get there.
Next question is from monthly supporter Kay, who says, "Hi Paul, I hope you're both well. When will my person of interest come forward, please?"
That's in a minute. Hi Kay. Okay. Kay, we need 3 to 4 weeks. So I have got a little bit of a wait for you. However, you're to be patient and not pester, or, you know what I mean, bother. So take this time. It will be April. I see movement. So, okay, you know, sometimes these things, again, take their own sweet time, and I know it can be frustrating. But person of interest will be coming forward, and we're going to say the next 3 weeks. I'd love to say 3 days, but I'm saying 3 weeks. So, okay, hang in there, baby. He's got your number.
Next question is from Dudazile, who says, "Good evening, Paul and Shay. This is her second monthly payment, by the way."
I do.
And
Thank you.
she says, "What makes my life to take a reverse gear? It's no longer going forward."
Okay. I hear you. Sometimes it's not quick enough, and it's not going at the pace you wanted to. But it can't, you know, even a roller coaster, okay, has to stop and start again, to continue the cycle. The underlying theme is that, you know, you can't be driving at 100 miles an hour in your life all the time. And I know you'd like to. You'd like to keep busy and earn money, I know that. But there is a time for reflection, there's a time to show gratitude, there's a time to recharge, and you know, learn in this quiet time what you can do better, and that's fundamentally life. Life is a series of ups and downs, and it's a roller coaster. But even roller coasters have to have a little rest to load the passengers, right? So I think that's what the problem is. You know, in all fairness, the economy, wherever you are in the world, is stretched and under pressure. So people are tightening their belts and cutting back on things. You are to continue your effort and adjust your attitude. And the attitude is, you know, you can't always be busy. And you know, in the quiet time, reflect and see how you can do better. You're going to get there. That's what I need to tell you. Where you want to be, you're going to get there. You may have to adjust what you do. When I say that, if you've been focusing on one particular aspect of your business, then perhaps you need to open up a little bit and focus on other areas, if that makes sense. And I don't know why children are coming through, so if that's a point of focus, maybe you should consider that. But keep going, do not give up.
Next question is from Blue, who asks, what do you think of this girl Hannah? She kept asking my age.
Yeah. Blue, that's a good question. Obviously there's an attraction and an interest in you. So you take that as a compliment. That's a nice stroke of the ego. And it's nice to, you know, that somebody's paid interest in you. However, I think she's looking for somebody older. That is my honest opinion. That she's looking for somebody older. And I think she would, I don't know, her 20s coming up. She's wishing you were at least 2 years older. That's what's going on. So don't sort of wait by the phone, and do not be embarrassed because your age. But she's shown interest. Okay, she does fancy you, but age is a problem.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to YouTube. Elisa asks, is there any way to perceive my family's support in this delicate phase, besides the triggers that ensue between us, or am I supposed to go solo at this stage?
Right, Elise. You know, when you're trying to rejuvenate yourself, to be surrounded with family problems is counterproductive. Counterproductive. They're not on the journey. You are. And that's very, very important. So you are to turn your back on those triggers. And there's a few. It's not just one. You know, you could start a mini war if you set off all those triggers. And that's a problem. So you ought to turn your back on that and detox from the family. Because that's half your problem, babe. You know, if you focus on the mother-in-law, so to speak, it will destroy any kind of sanctuary that you hope to gain, any kind of peace. If you focus on that, it's not going to work. So cut ties for at least a week. You know, and then you've got to look at those triggers. Those triggers, okay, they still have power over you. Whatever the situation. And the trouble is to stop thinking of the mother-in-law as a trigger. Stop. How dare she have that right to upset you like that? You know, you don't upset her. She doesn't have a trigger. She's just you know, whoever it is. So don't let them do that to you. And how you do that is get them out of your mind. You know, when it comes into your mind and you replay it over and over again, you've got to delete, and kick it out. Because you've seen that movie over and over again. And you know, it's amazing how often we play that same old movie, the same old fights over and over again. And by the end, you've lost a day, you've lost an hour. And the more you see that movie, you know, the more power they have over you. And that's the problem, stifling your progress. So it's solo, to answer your question, babe. Solo. Gain power here. Things are a lot easier.
We have a very worrying question from Pen. She asks, "Hi Paul, nothing's going right in my life and we still don't have my granddaughter back. I've made so many wrong decisions. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing well, Shay. Can you please help?"
Hello, Pen.
And thank you for the donation.
Pen, you know, firstly, you've made wrong decisions. You know, we all have. Okay, there's no perfect life. We all make cock-ups. We all lose our temper. We all act stupid. We all, you know, we've all been drunk before and said things, you know, and we do that in this life. Okay? So understand that. Okay? The other thing, my sweetheart, you're taking on somebody else's battle, which is totally out of your comfort zone. It's totally out of your, you know, you're fighting above your weight, to put it in boxing terms. And that's a problem, because there's no control. You're doing it for your son and your granddaughter. And believe you me, Ben, this is what you've got to understand. The justice wheel, the wheel of justice, especially in COVID, has sort of rusted and started to turn slowly. Understand that there's a reason behind it, and that's for your son to get back on his feet, which slowly he is. But the wheel of justice will turn. It will. And he's going to have a new chance to rededicate his sort of father skills. Rededicate. Okay? You can only... You're too hard on yourself. Okay? You're far too hard. When you understand that you are doing it for the good, and you're not doing it because you're being bitchy and or controlling, you're doing it for the sake of the child. Now, that is the issue here. That is, it's Christian, that outlook. It's absolute Christian, and I don't care what your beliefs are. You're doing it for the sake of the child. Now, if that, and you want justice, now if that sits with you and resonates with you, then we've got to take another view. And the other view is every kind of story in the Bible, okay, are fraught with roadblocks and danger and tests, test of faith, test of belief, and that's what's going on here. Now, in the big scheme of things, this is all designed for your son to be more responsible. So he doesn't just get his daughter back and he can just carry on like he was, partying and what have you, being irresponsible. This is teaching him a lesson, and you can't see that right now, but he's growing. He's growing and he's becoming more responsible. Okay? So understand that it will happen. It will happen. And I've got to say God bless, because what you're doing is absolute Christian. Hang in there, baby. The grandchild and your son need you. But they need you as support, not going absolutely crazy and mad. And forgive yourself. You're human. But you're doing the right thing, babe.
On to a light-hearted question from Blue, who asks, who on my family side do I mostly look like? Any grandparent?
Hi, Blue. Hi. You're a good-looking person. I do believe you very, very strongly look like your grandfather. But the thing is, you've got your grandmother's sort of eyes. But you very, very, if you could find a picture, you'd see that your grandfather was a good-looking dude. But your grandmother had the lovely eyes. You could sort of swim in those eyes.
Next question is from Dudu Zile. She asks, last week I received a call from an SGB member about renting a school canteen. He was asking if I was still interested. Is the deal still going to pass?
Dudu.
She's a businesswoman.
Dudu. What did I just say before? The children. I feel like Michael Jackson. Tell all the children. Tell all the... I'm not going to do Michael Jackson because I'm a little bit... Tutu. You see, that's... I like that. Are you go? Yeah, but you need to get a little bit more enthusiastic, because I'm feeling that you're not really enthusiastic. You need it. I know that. You'd like it, but it's you're putting so much pressure on this. I'm going to say that the fact that children came through is a good sign for me. Will you get the canteen contract? Is my question. When you get it? Yes. In the next 2 weeks, you will hear from them. So in that time, say a few prayers, plan what you're going to do for the meals, and really think about how you can keep that contract and do things a little bit differently, if that makes sense. But it's looking good from my side. So hang in there, Dudu. Looking great.
Donna pops in and says, hello, I hope you're both well.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, baby.
Just a reminder for everybody tuning in now, this is for the Ko-fi supporters. The link is in the description. And otherwise, the free one's on Monday.
When Shay puts her foot down like that, folks, you must know. This is the Ko-fi channel or platform, and this is a pay channel. Subscription if you want, or if you've got a quick question, then drop a donation and we'll gladly answer. The freebies are on Monday for all you cheap people, stingy people. You can come back on Monday, but this here you have to pay.
Next question again from Blue, who asks, what does Tina think that I think of her?
Tina. She knows. She's not stupid, Blue. She's not stupid. She knows there's you're giving off you're giving off vibes. And girls are clever, Blue. No, they're not silly. They are clever. They just don't often show you that they have noticed you. They'll do that, but they have noticed you. They've got 6 sense, 7 sense. So she knows you fancy her. She likes you. George, we're busy here broadcasting around the world. Around the world. Okay, George is a stray cat, which he adopted us. He just came in and stayed. He's wild. George.
It sounds like he's causing nonsense.
Yeah. So, it's a subscription channel, this one. Just money. Give me your money. I've got to feed George. Now, if you see George, you're going to know. You're going to fall in love and just throw money at us.
Blue's got another question.
Blue, you're a bit chatty today, aren't you?
They say, it's my last question. What will my dentist think of me at today's dentist appointment?
Oh, Blue, don't put that pressure on yourself. What you do need to do is be considerate of your breath. Okay, so gargle and have some chewing gum or mints beforehand. But don't be so, smell good. Okay, that's what I need you to know. That's very important. Dentists are there to fix. Okay, not judge, to fix. But I do feel that you are going to be sorted out. So relax, please relax. It's going to be all right.
Okay, so we're just waiting for the Kofi supporters.
Kofi. Can you run that? The rock and roll.
Back with George.
George. Yeah, I know. As soon as the people donate, we'll cash in and we'll feed you. Okay? So that's what we're doing here, George. We're trying to raise money for you. Okay? Come here. George. Okay, go on. To the refrigerator, George. We're back. So this is the Kofi platform on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and the other one, Facebook. It's the paid channel. So any sort of questions, make a donation and we'll gladly answer. In it. We're live from Johannesburg. If indeed, we're going to do this every week, usually on a Saturday. But I was feeling a little bit off yesterday, so we did it today instead. So it's a new platform for us, so we're trying to gain traction. So if it's a bit quiet, please understand why. I think this is our 4th broadcast, isn't it?
4th or 5th around.
4, 5. But it takes time. Like anything worth waiting for. Time and effort before you get some success. But we close to 300 shows on the Destiny Hour on Monday, which is quite astounding. 300 shows. That's the free bees. That's on a Monday, which we do. So if you're hard pressed for cash, then do the Monday. But if you've got the millions, then donate. Right.
Well, I don't see any questions popping up, so I think we can call it.
Yeah, so we've done our duty
Yeah.
to our...
And people were super appreciative of your answers.
Thank you, folks. It's really nice. I like this intimacy because, you know, we can share. And on Monday we go through about 50 callers, so it's quite pressured, isn't it?
Blue asked, if you don't mind, can I ask another question? Blue.
I'm gonna
Of course you can.
Blue. One more question, Blue.
So we'll wait for their questions to come through. And you can continue talking.
I must have talked now. Hello. Talking to fill dead air is the hardest thing. Do you know that? It really is. Anyway, if you did want a booking, well, make one. Simple. We do it through Skype, you can, or Messenger, or WhatsApp, or that's it. But it's just between you and me.
Good question from Blue.
Yeah.
I got a picture from this girl that was unexpected. Did she mean to send it or did she missend it because it was quite unexpected?
Oh, it was quite sexy, Blue. Was it one of those? Blue, I think that it was intentional. I don't think it was a mistake. I think that may be the excuse that she's going to tell you. Oops, I didn't mean to send it to you, but did you like my bra? Did you like the colour of the bra? I think it was Blue, intentional. So I think that girl is showing interest. Is that the Tina we're talking about, or is it somebody else? It might be somebody else. What are you doing to these girls, Blue? Eh? Get your teeth fixed, or filled, whatever, and then you can go kissy kissy, okay?
Blue says, okay, no more questions, thanks. And with that, we can call it.
Go home.
We can go home.
Okay, folks, we'll see you next Saturday, round about the same time. Tomorrow we're back on at 8 PM for the cheap version of the show.